What is up, guys and gals? This is Brandon back with another episode of Motor Nubs. And if you notice, we haven't done a whole lot. It's been a couple days since the last video, and that's because work's been crazy and also my tuner is out of town. Jay Mills, please come back. We need you. But no, in all seriousness, he'll be back I think next week, or actually no, this week. It's Sunday, so I think he's coming back in tomorrow. Yeah. So I have the Integra pretty much ready for him. I went and drove it off camera up and down the street yesterday, and I figured I would go ahead and drive it one more time, get a good heat cycle in on it. I'm not really gonna get into any boost. I might see how the air fuels are and just ease into some boost, but I don't want to do anything crazy. I know these cams are heavily changing how the car is going to react, but yeah, so I just wanted to go over and list off the exact setup on this car before it goes to dyno, and if you guys want to comment down below and guess the actual horsepower, that would be awesome. And you know what, I'm getting another order of stickers in, and actually I'll do it the top 3 people, whoever gets the closest, the top 3 closest people, I'm going to send you all a free sticker. And so yeah, the setup on the motor, it's a B18 B1 block. I believe it's stock bore, but it has Aries forged pistons and Eagle HBM rods with a stock crank. We have stage 2 Crower turbo cams in the head, courtesy of Kelly from North Carolina. Thank you, Kelly, again. It is a stock head. It has not been ported. Stock intake manifold. We're running a cast exhaust manifold with a GT3540 Chinese turbo. It's the smaller GT35. Got an E-Musa wastegate. That didn't really affect power at all. True 3-inch downpipe, and it's going to be open downpipe for the tune. 2.5-inch piping to a CX Racing intercooler. It's one of the thick, decent intercoolers. I ran one of the little cheapo like 2-inch intercoolers, and it didn't perform really well on the first motor I had in this car. Performance wise, I think that's actually everything. We are running a 4-bar OmniPower map sensor, so we can turn the boost up. We're going to be running on 93 octane pump gas, so no crazy E85 or anything like that. And it's just a little aftermarket radiator, nothing crazy there, and that's it. So I'm hoping for 400, but you guys go ahead and comment down below and let me know what y'all think it's going to be, and hopefully, knock on wood, we can make some good power. So let me clean this thing up and let's go for a quick ride and see how it runs. Alrighty, this is going to be a cold start from it sitting for 2 days. Well, that doesn't sound good. Whew, that was a little bit of a rough start right there. Let's see, air fuels. Air fuels seem to be okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna ease it backwards and try to get it out of my driveway and just go for a little cruise. Nothing crazy. So let me try to prop the camera up. Alright guys, so hopefully the camera is not too shaky. I have it mounted to my passenger seat right now. Let's ease back. Okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of power steering right now. Huh. Let me go check. I don't think I have any power steering right now. Alright guys, so evidently from just the other day till now, my hood latch release is broken, so I can't actually get the hood open, and I don't feel like finagling with the wire up in the fender well or underneath the front. I know there is a way to do that. By the way, if you could comment down below and tell me the easiest way to get your hood open if the wire is broke right here. The wire is actually still attached down below, so when I'm pulling it and feel the wire, and then I can just pull the wire. So I think it broke actually up by the hood, but we're still gonna go drive it anyway. Good to go. Hold on. Let me make sure everything's good. Alright, we're good to go. My right rear tire is a little low on air. Alright, well the clutch is still working, that's a good thing. I don't know if we're gonna make a trip to Mexico today or not. Alright guys, so it sounds, I mean, I know it's running on all 4 cylinders, at least I'm pretty sure it does, because at idle it sounds smooth, but when I get up in the RPM range, it almost sounds like a little Subaru-y, almost like a slight misfire, even though I know it's not. Maybe that's the cams, I don't know, I've never had the aftermarket turbo cams, just listen. Super rich though. I actually think I could get into a little bit of boost, but I really don't want to risk it. Alright, so I'm just chilling, letting it run. Let's see here. The temperature has barely even come up on this thing. It's behind this gauge, so it's kind of hard to see. I'll zoom in. See, the temperature's only barely come up. I guess I've only been driving it for maybe, I don't know, like 10 minutes or so. But it seems to be running okay. Like it's smooth now that it's at an idle, but let me cut this off. I don't know if I'm hearing maybe like the larger or more valve overlap. It's just aftermarket cams, and I'm not used to it maybe, but it does sound like it's just a little off when I'm accelerating. So I don't know, but I do know who will know, and that's James at J Mills Tuning. So I'm gonna I might drive it a little bit more tomorrow, but I'm gonna drop the oil out of it, and I want to put some fresh oil in it. I want to get all the tires aired up on it. Obviously I need to get the hood open because we'll need that open, but other than that, I need to add some power steering fluid because it's low on power steering fluid. I think it's ready to go to the dyno. This is one thing that he has a lot of problems with is people bring him a lot of junk, like my car. Honestly, this thing is junky. It's old, wore out Integra, but people don't really think ahead of time of everything on their car and making sure it's like at least drivable before they bring it up to the tuner. And they think like, you know, all these drivability issues like will just magically be fixed by the tune. One thing I have learned, if you can't actually like drive your car up and down the road before you take it to the tuner, now okay, there are some exceptions. Say if you're going from like a D15 to a B18, obviously it's not even going to want to run on a stock tune because it's not even for the right motor. But you know, say if you just threw a turbo kit on a car, your car should be able to actually run and make it down the road, like not getting into boost or anything, and it may not run well, but it should be able to run, move around, and drive, so to speak. Now don't go boosting on no tune or anything, but a lot of people think like there's it's all in the tune, he can fix that when he's there. And I've learned that. I was that guy. I've still been that guy sometimes. But yeah, once you find a good tuner, also it's like you know, you become friends with them because it's like you trust your car, you trust your baby with the tuner. So you're not just gonna give it to somebody you don't trust. At least I hope you wouldn't, especially if people have like really nice builds and setups. Not saying that my Integra is not nice. Not really that nice, but I like it and it's nice to me. You know, I like playing around with it and having a little fun car that, okay, if it gets a ding or a dent or the bumper gets ripped off or if I blow the motor up, it's not the end of the world. If I went out and bought me a new car and that happened, whew, I'd be crying because I just couldn't afford to fix a new car. I mean, everything's so expensive. But yeah, back to that. So once you find you a good tuner and you're actually, you know, got that little bit of connection with them, and it's hard nowadays because a lot of these bigger companies, you know, they don't really talk to you. They don't really figure out, you know, what your goals are and what your car is. They're just like, okay, we'll bring your car in, and then they slap you some little you know, Chuck E. Cheese tune on it, and then you go out the door and it's driving like a bucking Bronco and you're unhappy with it. So I definitely know there's like it's a double-edged sword out there, but you know, James has always done me good and always done my friends good. Scott, B18 Civic, so we're gonna get him to race here soon. My brother's car, we actually need to go and pick it up. I believe James tuned it or was working on it or something like that. I just told him to take his time, have a good vacation, but looking forward to picking up the GSR, seeing what kind of numbers it put down. But I need to quit rambling. I could probably talk about cars all day long. So guys, thanks for watching. This is Brandon on Motor Nubs, and hopefully next time you see me, we'll be putting some power down. So adios, guys. Oh, by the way, I was just editing this video and I forgot to mention at the end, so the 3 closest people who guess the horsepower will end up getting a sticker. So a Motor Nub sticker, not just any sticker. So I'll see you in the comments.